A True Prince by Kairia'sYami. Chapter 11. Be Prepared. The servants who work in the palace of Agrabah are, like most of their station, privy to many secrets they really shouldn't be. They are invisible to so many of the rich and powerful that often sensitive information will be spoken of in their presence without thought. It is for this reason that there is one corridor in the palace that the servants do their best to avoid as often as possible. To the unaware, it is simply a hallway. There is nothing special about it. However, the servants know something most do not. If one were to push one of the walls in the right way, the entrance to a hidden passageway would appear. It is dark, and certainly not in the palace plans. However, this fact alone does not cause the well-informed servants of Agrabah to fear it. Rather, it is who, exactly, used this hidden passageway that causes such fear. Jafar, Grand Vizier of Agrabah, is an odd man, and most who encounter him either fear him or avoid him, or both. Often the gossip of the palace is that Jafar simply had been using some kind of spell or hypnotism to be so well trusted by the Sultan. It is mostly a joke, of course, and so life moves on without issue. On this particular day, the morning after Prince Aladdin Ali of Deyuspara arrived, the servants are especially determined to avoid Jafar's secret lair. So determined, in fact, that often someone will take a much longer path if it causes them to be severely punished. The reason? There is a furious and dark aura emanating from the passageway, even hidden as it is, and no one wants to be the one to find out why. Jafar, they know, is a volatile man, and to be at the wrong place at the wrong time can end with something much worse than simply being let go from service. So the servants do their very best to avoid the Grand Vizier, and the rest of the castle remains oblivious. For now. No, 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 no! Where is it? Jafar paces angrily. He had sent Iago to get the lamp from the impostor prince, yet it is nowhere to be seen. While Jafar hates to admit it, his talkative bird can be competent when necessary. So for him to fail so completely... It is almost as if the boy doesn't have the lamp. But that cannot be. I am not wrong, and that boy is familiar. He must have hidden it. But how could he hide it so well that not even Iago can find it? And why would he? He is simply a street rat who got lucky. He has no reason to be so paranoid. Unless... Jafar jerks to a stop. Unless he knows there is something to fear. What if he recognizes me? What if he knows what I am planning? His eyes narrowing, Jafar begins to plot once more. He cannot have a street rat jeopardizing his plans, and if the boy knows anything, he is a risk to Jafar's plans. Which means he has to be dealt with. Aladdin is on top of the world. He had spent an amazing night with Jasmine, and at breakfast he had gotten along quite well with the Sultan. Now he is headed off to the kitchen to get food for a picnic. On his tour of the castle the day before, he had seen some beautiful gardens, and he plans to have lunch with Jasmine there. It will be his first time truly alone with Jasmine, as their true selves. As even last night they had been with the carpet, and the rug was a huge gossip. He hums happily to himself as he strolls along the extravagant halls of the palace, trying to remember the way to the kitchen. He hears someone behind him, and he turns to find a scowling man. He is wearing the outfit of one of the servants, and so Aladdin decides to ask him for directions. Hello, I was wondering if you could point me in the direction of the kitchens. I seem to have gotten lost. He tries his best to keep his smile on his face, as the man simply continues staring at him. Aladdin laughs, nervously. You know what? I'm sure I can figure it out on my own. I don't want to bother you. Goodbye." He quickly turns to try and speed walk away, but bumps into a tall, buff man. He is also scowling at Aladdin, and he is beginning to wonder if he accidentally offended anyone already. "I haven't even been here one day. What did I do?" Before he can open his mouth to ask that, the man stepped aside. He feels a sharp pain on the back of his head. Everything goes dark. Jasmine frowns as she glances at the time. Aladdin had promised to be there to get her for their lunch an hour ago, yet he still isn't here. Normally, at this point, she would think she was being fooled and mocked. But after last night, she can't help but trust him completely. Which means something is wrong. She gets up from where she had been waiting for the last half an hour, and after telling Dahlia to tell Aladdin where she's gone if he stops by, she heads to his room. Once she arrives and knocks, the door is answered by Aladdin's scrawny yet miraculously strong aide. She believes she remembers him being called Abu. His eyes widen at the sight of her, and he bows. "Pardon me, Your Majesty. I wasn't expecting you to be here. How may I help you?" Jasmine frowns into the room behind him, not seeing Aladdin. "Aladdin is late, and I can't find him. Do you know where he is?" Abu begins to frown as well. "That's odd. He left around 45 minutes ago to get some food for you guys. I believe he was planning a picnic in the gardens. He was so excited. I cannot believe he'd be late." Jasmine tightens her lip and curses in her head. She wishes she hadn't been right. She would have preferred to have been stood up than for something to have happened to Aladdin. "I was afraid he'd say something like that. Abu, I think something's wrong." He nods. "Yeah, I got that feeling too. We should go look for him. But first," he pauses and pops back into the room. When he returns, he's followed by a tall black man. He is frowning, which seems wrong on his face, despite her never having seen him before. "Princess, this is Aziz. He is a good friend of the prince's and will help us look for him." She nods. "Okay. Since you said he was going to get food, I will check the kitchens. Abu, if you could check the gardens. Aziz?" She is interrupted. "I got the rest of the palace. Don't worry. I won't let anything happen to Al." With the intense look on his face and his stormy eyes, she can't bring herself to doubt him. "Very well. Meet back here, either in 2 hours or if you find him. Good luck to you both." "You as well, Princess," they chorus. She watches as the two friends head off in different directions, and she can't help the worried churning of her stomach. "Hold on, Aladdin. We're coming to find you." Aladdin wakes up slowly to a massive headache and pinching around the wrists and ankles. He knows what it feels like to be tied up with rope, but he has no idea why he's here. He shakes his head to try and clear it, only to immediately regret it as his head starts to hurt even more. He groans in pain. "I see that you're awake." He jolts backwards from the sudden voice and squints open his eyes enough to see a blur of red and black. Eventually, his eyesight clears up enough that he can see who has him tied up as he is. It's Jafar. He pales in fear. "I see you know when to fear your betters, strayed rat. Now I want you to tell me exactly where you hid the lamp, or I will do something incredibly unpleasant." End of chapter. Hi guys, hope you enjoyed that one. Oh boy, so I like that Jasmine isn't fooled by this and she immediately snaps into action to help them. And Aziz is Genie in his Will Smith form, okay? Not the blue form, just Will Smith dressed in blue. And I like that idea of him having a human persona, not just being called Genie. Anyway, you guys know the drill. Like, comment and subscribe and hit that bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. Have a good day, night, or whatever time zone you're in. Bye my guys, gals and non-binary pals. I'll see you in another video. Take care.